Thank you for the time this morning so that I might make a statement. Recently, Mr. Chairman, you made a statement on behalf of the board, after which each of my colleagues added their own thoughts. Many members of the public and the media have likewise commented on my behavior. I have read these, and now I want to add my own. I hope you will believe me when I say that no criticism, however harsh, no anger or disappointment, however deep, no expression of absolute disgust leveled at me by anyone comes close to those very feelings I have about myself. The hurt that I have caused ripples. It ripples out in so many directions. That includes my neighbor, who has the absolute right to enjoy the peace and quiet of her home. It includes my parents and family, who have been so supportive and proud of me, and now cannot bear to read newspapers. It includes my close friends, my colleagues, my constituents. To each and all whom I've hurt, I apologize. Could I give up everything I own to turn back the clock on the early morning, July 13th, for just a few moments? Of course I would. But of course I cannot turn back time. Instead, I spent the last 5 weeks on an effort to turn back a disease I've had for some time, and have denied and disregarded to the detriment of others and myself. Were I to say that this last episode was an isolated incident, I would be denying reality. For some time, my friends, many of my closest friends, have begged me to stop drinking, and periodically I have. After my arrest in San Diego, where I was not charged and believed, as did the authorities, that my actions were a justified defense of my friends, I still cannot help but ask myself if I would have handled the situation differently were I sober. Following that event, I gave up alcohol for a while, but I did it to show my friends that I could, sort of like a New Year's resolution. I never faced the reality that my alcohol was a disease, a disorder of serious magnitude, and that to face it would take a lifetime of hard work. While I have never been under the influence of alcohol while performing my day-to-day duties as supervisor, my alcohol manifested itself in binge drinking. I regret that it took the absurdity of my behavior in July to end any question about the depth of my problem. I now accept that reality and will embark on a lifelong journey dedicated to the hard work of managing my alcoholism and restoring my life to one of discipline and public service. During the last 5 weeks, I have been in residential treatment under the care and guidance of medical professionals. My progress has been dependent upon my unrestricted participation, and I have been virtually isolated from family, friends, and my community during this time, except for weekly 2-hour family visits. This has been a rigorous discipline program designed to introduce alcoholics to the tools needed to overcome this disease. I was afforded a variety of practical tools, support, and information to assist me in developing and maintaining a strong, resilient, and comprehensive recovery program. 5 weeks is certainly not enough time to conquer addiction. However, it is enough time to learn to begin. As of yesterday, I have transitioned from residential treatment to an outpatient program offered by Kaiser. This is a robust 8-week program designed to address chemical dependency. I will be attending daily treatment sessions, which will include process groups, education groups, and community-based recovery groups. I will also engage in voluntary screening and testing, and long-term continuing treatment upon my completion of this 8-week program. I have been assigned a sponsor who will join others in supporting me in my recovery, which I expect to last the rest of my life. I also intend to take full advantage of the Alcoholics Anonymous program to construct the support and accountability that is necessary for my success over the long term. Obviously, there are many questions about how the pending legal issues related to my behavior will unfold. I cannot comment on any aspect of this, nor will I discuss my recollection of the events or discussions with the Santa Rosa Police Department. Neither I nor my lawyer, Chris Andrian, has seen any police reports or investigation information, nor do we know what charges, if any, will be brought. Since the legal process is largely transparent, people will get information as it becomes available, and I will respond as is appropriate. I am not permitted communication with my neighbor who has been affected by my behavior. However, I have moved from my apartment to a new residence so as to not cause her any discomfort. There has been much speculation about my continued service on this board and in public life. Amidst the torrent of well-deserved and justified criticism towards me, I know that little of this criticism relates to the performance of my official duties. While I deserve and accept condemnation for not dealing with my alcoholism, I note that my tenure has included a relentless schedule of office hours and attendance at community events. My track record includes accomplishments of great value to our community. This year I worked with others to ensure the purchase of Preservation Ranch, setting aside for generations to come. Sonoma Clean Power, which just last month became a reality, is a project that I have shepherded and devoted energy and commitment for over 2 years. Now, while my appearance this morning may seem abrupt to my colleagues, once released from residential treatment, I continued my transition to outpatient therapy and received clearance to return to work yesterday. I am here to get back to work. I believe the public expects and deserves performance of my official duties very much as I have performed them. There is no doubt that the public expects and deserves behavior far different than which I have exhibited in my personal life. I'm not asking for forgiveness for my acts. Nor do I have any platform for political asylum. There's nobody to blame but me. And I take full responsibility of my situation. I do hope that people will recognize that I am taking serious steps to conquer what is a serious and sometimes deadly disease. I hope and pray that I will join the millions of people, many of whom live here in our community, who have tackled, defeated, and continue to live with alcoholism while going on to lead meaningful and productive lives. Mr. Chairman, thank you for indulging me and allowing this time to make a statement.